Hey everybody, in this video, you're gonna learn a simple yet powerful principle to improve your financial life right away, but also to create wealth. And I don't mean wealth just for you. We're talking generational wealth so you can change your family history, okay? This principle is called the Flywheel Effect. And Jim Collins introduced it in his book called Good to Great. We're going to show you examples of actual flywheels from successful corporations. Oh, like Amazon and Vanguard. So we can learn from them and how you can take that and apply it so you can create your own financial flywheel and change your life.
That's right. So, huddle up, team. We are John and Tara Thorman, your money coaches, and we are on a mission to help you improve your relationship with money and with your spouse so you can achieve financial success faster and live the life of your dreams.
That's right.
So be sure to crush
pound it,
the like button and subscribe to our channel so we can help more people with their money game as well.
That's right. Okay, so I want to picture, if you will, this is my visual effect, okay, paper plate. Picture this as an enormous metal flywheel, okay? This is steel, right? It's 30 feet in diameter. It's like 2 feet thick, okay? And it weighs over 5,000 pounds. Now, imagine that your job is to get this 5,000 pound flywheel to turn on its axle. So much effort and energy. It's barely even moving, right? Your job is to get this thing to move and spin as fast as possible for as long as possible. Let's listen to what Jim Collins has to say about it.
Remember we wrote in Good to Great that big things happen by pushing on a giant heavy flywheel. You start pushing in an intelligent and consistent direction. And after a lot of work, you get one giant, slow, creaky turn. But you don't stop. You keep pushing and you eventually get 2 turns and 4 and 16 and 32 and 64 and 100 and 1,000. Pushing, cumulative, consistent momentum, and at one point it's 100,000 and 1,000,000 turns in that flywheel. Big things happen because you do a bunch of little things supremely well that compound over time.
Okay, so you're working, you're turning, you've got this long-term effort, consistent effort in the same direction, and now it happens. The breakthrough you've been waiting for. This thing starts to turn on its own, right? It's flying, the momentum is flying, and it's going so fast that the weight of this thing turning helps to keep it going perpetually, and it's super hard to stop. You want that kind of momentum in your financial life.
Wow. Now, imagine your job is to get your very own financial flywheel moving like that. To enjoy financial freedom and grow generational wealth, you start pushing. You push with enormous effort to begin growing your cash flow and accumulate more assets, and you don't ever stop.
That's right.
You keep pushing until the momentum kicks in and the compounding of your investments begin to work for you. It is nearly impossible to stop the momentum.
That's right. The key to success with your own financial flywheel is to keep putting in the effort and energy to increase your cash flows and to grow your assets over a long period of time. And I don't want you to just think about your own lifetime here, okay? What we're talking about is the generations. It's for your children and your children's children and the generations coming even past them. We want all that time, okay, to compound the results. We want wealthy families. We want to create wealthy families. So let the generations that follow you benefit from all the compounded effort and return that has gone into getting your financial flywheel going. And then don't let them stop. We want them to continue it and continue it through the generations so it goes faster and faster with less and less effort, okay? It takes an incredible amount of energy and effort to get the flywheel to start moving. So don't let it stop. And don't let it stop between the generations, because then you got to start all over again. You got to keep it moving, keep expending your effort and energy in the same direction so your flywheel accelerates, creating a momentum machine. Now, let's look at the flywheel examples that we talked about, right? We got 2 successful companies that we want to look at, their flywheels. So let's start out. What are we going to start out with first here, babe?
With Amazon's flywheel.
Okay. So if we pull this up, you can see the graphic on the screen now. Their flywheel at the 12 o'clock position, okay, straight up, what they discovered is that lower prices on more products, okay, is going to increase the customer visits, right? And one of the keys about the flywheel is that each of those components, we got 5 components here, each of those components, when it's accomplished, it inevitably drives to the next component. It's the building the momentum in here, okay? So it's inevitable. So if Amazon, they realized if Amazon was able to lower prices on more product offerings, that would mean that there would be more customer visits, right? More customer visits would then make more third-party sellers want to put more products up on the store, right? So that's going to expand the store and extend their distribution, which is going to help to drive costs even lower. So guess what that means? Lower cost means they can pass it on to the customer, and they can put more lower prices on even more offerings, and it drives the loop around. It's going to go again, and go again, and go again, and they'll start accelerating. The more lower price products they can put on there, the faster this thing starts to spin. Okay?
And that's how theirs literally worked.
That's how it literally worked.
Wow.
Yeah, Jim Collins went and met with the leadership of Amazon right after the tech bubble burst in 2000 and walked through this with them so they could come up with their flywheel. And of course, the company's grown like ridiculous ever since, right? All right, so what do we got?
Yeah, let's take a look at Vanguard's flywheel.
Okay, so it's a different company. So a little bit different, but there's some real similarities here. And you can see that for Vanguard's flywheel, at the top of the 12 o'clock position, they wanted to offer lower cost mutual funds. That was their thing, right? Jack Bogle driving the cost down for the consumer using index funds, right? So lower cost on mutual funds. The inevitable, movement of that is going to be to the next component, which was deliver superior long-term returns for clients. Makes sense, right? If they have lower cost mutual funds, then they're going to be able to deliver superior long-term returns for clients. And if you do that, then that's going to build strong customer loyalty, right? The clients are going to want to stick around, and they're going to want to give you even more money, right? So that grows their assets under management, which that's how they base their fees. So they're able to generate more money. And if there's more revenue, then they're able to have lower costs. They get economies of scale, which means they can pass that along and further reduce the cost of their mutual funds. And the thing just keeps the looping, right?
Wow.
The flywheel's in effect. So as they hit each of these components, it starts to speed up the flywheel. It goes faster and faster and faster, and you get more and more revolutions, and the thing just will take off.
Wow.
So it's really important that you notice here how each component in the flywheel inevitably moves forward to the next component.
Are you ready to create your own financial flywheel? What components do you want to put in? And keep the number of components about 4 to 6.
Yeah, that's right. You don't want any more than 6. If you do, you're really overcomplicating it. And you need to step back and see how you can simplify and streamline this thing a little bit, okay? But so here's an example I want to share with you to get you started thinking about what is your own personal financial flywheel, okay? So at the top, we've got save more money and increase liquidity, okay? You want to have cash on hand. You want to be able to save more money from every time you get a paycheck. Increase your savings rate. As you increase your savings rate, you have more cash, then you're able to buy more assets, right? Buy more assets means you gain more freedom. You start getting more control of your time, more control of money, relationships, and purpose. Freedom is key. We all want freedom, right? Because we're trying to get away from the slavery of debt and the slavery of a wage where we have to show up to work to survive. If you get more freedom, that allows you to enjoy greater fitness, greater mental fitness, physical fitness, spiritual fitness, and financial fitness.
So good.
Right? And that will inevitably then drive you to the next stage, which is you're able to earn more money. And then earning more money allows you to now save more money. And we're right back at the beginning of the wheel, and we're going to then accelerate the momentum and have that thing really take off.
Yeah, that's
Okay?
really good.
So I want you to think about that for yourself and come up with what's going to be your personal financial flywheel, okay? Now, here's the thing, right? One of the best ways to create your financial flywheel and build a lasting legacy for your family is to become an owner, right? You've got to become an owner, and we want to encourage you to find a way to own your own business, own your own family business, right? You can buy one, which is easier than going through the hard startup yourself. Save up your money and then leverage your money with debt, with good debt to buy the business, okay? So you can buy it, or you can start one from scratch, or you can do a combination of the two. But You can start out part-time and transition into full-time. You can, whatever works for you in your unique situation, okay? But we want to encourage you, use your own family business to make more money. And it'll help you save money. It'll help you develop, better relationships with your children, with your spouse. But train up these kids then in the family business so that when they're ready for a career, they've got their parents that love them, that are there to help them and coach them and teach them everything they've learned so they get a head start.
Yes.
Right? And they get a head start on owning a business because you can incorporate them into ownership over time. But man, becoming an owner is the best way for you to get this flywheel working for your family and change your generation. They're the generations coming up behind you. Okay. Give your kids and grandkids a head start in life, right? And don't have them start out buried in debt. That is a financial doom loop. Okay. This debt situation that young adults are starting their life with, a pile of debt and starting a career in a new industry and a new business that no one in their family knows about. I mean, they're starting from scratch, brand new, every kid. Leverage the benefits of years of experience and wisdom and tradition through family business and get them started. So we don't want a financial doom loop. You can check out the video. We just did that a couple weeks ago, but put some time into thinking about how you can build your financial flywheel and change your financial life for you and the generations coming up behind you.
Very good.
All right.
Good show, hon.
Awesome. Guys, we'd love to hear your comments about this. And so drop them in the box below. Again, though, please do like the video, share it, subscribe if you haven't already. But we will see you on the next video.